What's up, Sheepdog Nation? Today we're going to talk about burnout. I want to talk to you a little bit about it because I'm experiencing it myself, and I have a lot of first responders coming to me and talking to me about burnout. And I think it's really common, but I also think it causes a lot of issues for us, okay? So the thing is that we all get burned out. We all get burned out of one thing or another, and it can look like a lot of different things, right? So when we're burned out, we tend to be very short-tempered. We tend to be exhausted all the time. We tend to be angry. We tend to be not creative. We are not happy. We're not finding joy in a lot of things. We tend to want to sleep all the time. Maybe we want to eat all the time. Maybe we don't give a fuck about what's going on. Like nothing. We do not care. We are not, if we are in a job, we are not going above and beyond like we typically would. I mean, when we are burned out, literally our personality changes. And here's why this is important. It's important because it's a huge indicator on, what somebody's going through and, what their mental status is. And just as being a friend, noticing somebody who's burned out. The thing about first responders is that we literally go and we spend our whole careers thinking that there's nobody else like us and that we're so fucked up and nobody else can understand us. That's literally what we do. Oh my gosh, I'm so messed up. It's just me. Nobody else feels like I do. But I'm going to tell you, after being one, being married to one, friends with several, and a coach to hundreds, I'm going to tell you this. We all feel the exact same way. It is so fucking common. People come to me and they're like, I am so burned out and I'm basically the worst cop, worst firefighter, worst whatever, ever. And I'm like, why? Whoa. Well, I shouldn't feel burned out. I shouldn't feel this way. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So you're telling me that you literally think that you are Superman or Superwoman and that you do not need sleep and that, you do not need reprieve and a break and that working, 80 to 100 hours a week is normal for weeks on end. Like you think that's okay. And you think that's normal. And that if you can't handle that, then you're weird or bad or weak or not a good whatever first responder. No, that's false. And we develop these complexes because what happens is we look around and here's what happens, okay? It's really this smoke and mirrors bullshit that happens with us first responders is we look around and we're like, oh my gosh, Bobby's fucking killing it. He's working all the time. He seems to have a great family. He seems to be in really good shape, whatever. He seems to be, killing it on the job and he's all these things. And then you look in the mirror and you're like, I don't know how he does that because I'm exhausted. I don't want to go and do these things. My marriage is not great or, I'm not as in good a shape as I want to be. I really lack motivation because I'm working all the time. And I'm lacking motivation at the job and all these things. And so then what happens? You start really feeling like shit. You really start feeling like shit about yourself. And then you start getting down on yourself. So not only are you burned out, but you're starting to get a little depressed because you're like, I shouldn't feel this way. And Bobby is better. And, Becky over there, she's doing it great. And why am I sucking? And you're developing a complex and you're doing all of this stuff to you. And what I tell my clients is I'm like, whoa. You're literally in a boxing match with yourself. And this is what happens. And let's be honest, if you're in a boxing match with yourself, you're not going to win. And that is what is happening to you right now. If you're feeling burned out, if you're feeling like I just need to get my shit together, but I can't. And because I can't, I'm a piece of shit or I'm not good enough or can I do this job or I'm not cut out for the job. No, I want you to stop for a minute. Okay. I really want you to stop. Listen up, okay? Listen up. We all feel this way. We all 100% feel the way that you feel. We all feel exhausted. We all have times where we're burned out. We all have times where we do not want to get up and go. We do not want to, we don't even want to go to work. We don't want to deal with life. We don't want to deal with things. We want to, sleep for days, whatever. We all deal with that. We all have times. We all have times where we're not proactive. We have times where we're not going above and beyond. We have times where we're not signing up for overtime. The only overtime we're working is forced because everyone's getting ordered in and ordered over, and it's bullshit, right? I'm such a cop. It's bullshit. That's bullshit. This is bullshit. Everything's bullshit. But it's kind of true, right? That's literally what we're thinking. Okay. But here's the deal. It's a phase. If you can, I'm gonna teach you. This is, coaching 101. I'm gonna teach you how to get over this. Okay. So you need to, first off, stop resisting. Anytime that we are facing any emotion and we're going through anything that is not like it doesn't feel joyful, it doesn't feel good for us, the more that we resist that thing, what we resist persists. And it's true, and it sounds cliche, but it just is. And so you gotta just kind of fucking allow yourself to feel how you feel. If you feel like shit, acknowledge it. Be like, yo, yeah, I'm fucking zapped. Yep, I'm burned out. But being burned out doesn't mean anything. Like, stop making anything mean anything. And that's like really the biggest thing I want you to really take from this. And what I'm telling you is, I work with a lot of first responders from all over the world, right? And as well as myself. And, the thing is we all make things mean something. And it's like, well, why are we labeling this? Like, why are we making the fact that we're exhausted and we're burned out and we're fucking tired? Why are we making that be like, oh, that's bad? Well, how about it's just how you feel? How about it's not good or bad? How about it's just how you feel? How about you just feel exhausted? How about you just don't feel motivated right now, right? And let's not put a label on it. Everybody is so quick to put a label on everything nowadays. And I'm just telling you, like, who cares? Stop. As soon as you stop labeling yourself and labeling everyone around you, but as soon as you stop labeling yourself, you're going to free yourself from judgment. And that judgment is what is perpetuating you to get down on yourself. And it causes a downward spiral. Whereas if you just lightened up on how you felt, allowed yourself to feel how you actually feel, right? And just allowed yourself to just be like, yeah, I'm fucking exhausted. Yeah, I don't want to do these things. Like, this is how I feel. Great. Okay. So what do? Well, we allow ourselves to feel that. We allow ourselves to move through this. We allow ourselves to be human. At the end of the day, we're all human beings and we're all going through hard times. As a society, we're going through hard times. As a culture, as a first responder culture, different agencies. I mean, it's hard to be in every position of a law enforcement department right now. And like, what if we just cut ourselves a break? But instead, we're too busy judging this person and that person and judging ourselves. And I'm going to give you another coaching hack. Listen up. The reason why we are so judgmental of one another in law enforcement is because we're fucking so judgmental of ourselves. At some point, this culture has shifted as from, judging, looking for the threat, right? Constantly looking for the threat and judging other people based on if they're a threat to us. At some point, we went from that to just looking in the mirror and being so critical of ourselves. If you're not in super good shape, then you're a piece of shit. If you're not shooting 50 out of 50 out of, when you qualify, then you're a piece of shit. And who even knows if your qualification is worth anything? Let's just be honest. And if you're not, I don't know, if you're not stopping 100 cars a month, you're a piece of shit. And if you're not getting drugs out of vehicles, and if you're not, whatever. I mean, it's just all this fucking stuff. And it's like, it's just because we're judging ourselves. And as soon as you just lighten the fuck up on who you actually are and allowed yourself to be who you are, then guess what? You're going to stop judging everybody else and you're going to start feeling a whole lot better. But the more you continuously go around and I say this all the time, but you go on, you like perpetuate the whole stigma of, oh, well, I'm a cop or I'm a firefighter and we have to be like this and we think like this and this is just who we are and blah, blah, blah. The more you do that, the more, first off, I feel like gagging. You make me want to vomit, number one. And number two, you're never going to help be the change. You're just going to help you're just being a part of the problem. Like, it's just having more officers getting into this, downward spiral of I'm not good enough, or I'm this and I'm not good. I'm a piece of shit, or I don't fit in, or, I don't deserve whatever. And when we start telling ourselves these things, okay, when we start telling ourselves these things, this is what happens to us. This is what actually happens in our lives. What you think about, you bring about. So if you are sitting there and you are talking about thinking to yourself, this job sucks, my position sucks, I am not good enough, I'm never going to get anywhere, I'm never going to make any money, I'm never going to be successful, I'm stuck, I'm this, I'm that. If that is what you are continuously telling yourself, then my friend, you are going to be in that position. You are going to be stuck, okay? You are not going to succeed. You are going to downward spiral, and you are going to continue feeling how you're feeling right now if you're not feeling good. But if you decide right this moment, allow yourself to say, you know what? I'm just going to listen to her. She's crazy. She's a crazy bitch, but I like crazy bitches. So I'm going to listen to her, and I'm going to give her a minute of my time. And you just start like paying attention to the thoughts that are going in and out of your freaking head. And you start going, okay, how does this feel for me? Is this true for me? Am I really a piece of shit, right? Is being burned out, is there anything really bad with that? No. I'm exhausted. Is there anything wrong with that? No. Am I weak, or am I less than because I'm just so tired because of whatever? No. You know what I mean? Like, when you stop making anything mean anything, you're going to start feeling a lot better. Because what if you're just who you are, and it is what it is, and everything's okay. Now, I'm going to tell you, that doesn't mean that we get to just be mediocre, okay? Because if you go back, 10, 20 episodes, you'll hear me go off on mediocrity and how I hate mediocrity, and I do. But there's a difference between being mediocre and then allowing yourself to be who you actually are, and then just amplifying that. There's a very, very, very big difference in that. And I'm of the belief of, if you just allow yourself to be who you actually are, and you accept yourself and others for being who they actually are and being for who you actually are, you're going to be happier. And then you get to go all in on who you really are and what makes you you and what you're really good at. And then when you do that, that's when you become successful. That is when you're going to be the most successful you're going to be happier than you've ever been. And you're just not going to worry about things. It's not, you're not so anxious and worried and needing to fit in and needing to do this and needing to do that. And you're like, no, I'm good. Everything's good. I'm good. Doesn't mean you don't work hard, but you're not going to be striving and struggling to be something you're not, And I really believe in the power of this acceptance, and I really believe in the power of letting go of the judgment. Now, there's people, if you're, a Jocko or a David Goggins extremist, you're not going to like what I'm saying. That's on you. If you feel better doing it their way, then do it their way. But if you're listening to me and made it this far in this podcast, I'm just going to give you a little heads up. You're not feeling fucking great. And that has not been working for you. So then it's time for you to come down to my side of the world and go, you know what? Fine, fuck it. I'll just listen to her and see what I can do from there. Because I'm not talking about being lazy, and I'm not talking about not working hard. I'm just talking about, allowing yourself to be who you are. Stop judging yourself, setting down the idea that you've got to be, do, or have anything other than what you don't actually want, and being happy. You want to get rid of the burnout. You want to stop this downward spiral that's going on in law enforcement. Here, this is how you do it. Start paying attention to the thoughts that are in your head. Start paying attention to the only fucking thing you can control, and that's yourself. What are you thinking about? If you're having negative thoughts, if you're thinking that you're a piece of shit, if you think you're not good enough, if you think that everything you do is wrong, yada, yada, that's how you are going to live miserable. You're going to be a negative, judgmental, miserable motherfucker that nobody wants to be around. Truth bomb. And if that's who you are, guarantee you, 99% of you who are listening to this, that's you. The job does that to us. It's fine. I'm here. That's my job. I've been sent to pull you the fuck out of this. Pull your head out of your ass and make you not only a highly effective person, not only super happy, but somebody that other people want to be around. And in my opinion, that's everything, right? I want my husband to want to be around me. I want my family, my children that I don't have, but my future children, I want them to want to be around me. I do not want to be somebody everyone hates to be around because I'm a negative Nancy, because I am judgmental, right? This episode was gold. Also brought to you by my Life Coaching for First Responders course. So listen the fuck up. If you like what I'm doing and you like my podcast isn't like any other podcast for first responders. I'm all mindset. I'm all personal growth, personal development. You're not going to catch me on here just shooting the shit, talking about bullshit. You want your life changed, then you hang out with me. That's what I do. I've been life coaching for the last 7 years. I've been coaching first responders for going on the last 4 years, just first responders. I am a police officer myself. My husband is a police officer. And I have now, this will be my second round of the Life Coaching for First Responders School. If you want to learn how to be a life coach, or if you are a spouse, this is what came through in my DMs. A spouse was like, I think I want to just take this to like help my marriage and like help other wives and other, other couples and stuff. And I said, absolutely. You are interested in helping first responders in any way, in any capacity, or if you are a first responder yourself and you say, you know what, I feel like maybe I could do something with my agency. Maybe this could benefit me in A, B, and C ways. Hit the link in the bio. The waitlist is now open. The cart opens, doors open for the life coaching course for first responders, July 26th. If you are not on the wait list, you're going to want to get on there because you're going to get a coupon for over $200 off. You're going to have an opportunity to receive the How to Be Effective bonus, which is a training. It's an excellent, top-notch training on how to be effective. Something that not a lot of people are talking about, not in our realm anyways. And if you sign up before August 1st, you get to join my live training. So if you are interested in this, it's called Life Coaching for First Responders, and I want you to hit the link down below, not down below, but down, down below, and join the wait list. Come on. If you have any questions, you can DM me at Officer Autumn on Instagram. All right. And why don't you have a listen to the rest of this tune? It's called Baptized in Blue by One Time Music. And he is a fellow brother in blue. Great song.
They buried me in the water and I came, I knew. Ha ha. Now I'm baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. They buried me in the water in the Holy Ghost. I came out with a badge and gun and a heart that said never run. I signed up for a job you wouldn't dare to do. This ain't no green screen movie, don't compare the two. We look at your actions in the elements and everything relevant. If they line up, prepare to pay the consequence. You do dirt, you get cuffed, no bluff. It's ignorant to think we will shoot with your hands up if you the police. You feel the world is against you. Like every call you go to, people trying to tempt you. Well, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary. I ride on the devil, I ain't scary and I ain't worried. You want my life, come take it, it's gonna be a fight. I take it to the light, like Will and Bright. I wouldn't expect you to understand what I do, only the thin blue line, cause they baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I can't explain the pain pain when I see a name on the wall. All I feel is rage, put me in a cage, let me brawl. Sometimes I can't help but cry, like why did he die? I know it was him, but it could have been I. What about the kids? What about the spouse? Yeah, now who gon' put food inside them babies' mouth? It's a bigger picture when the officer down. Domino effect, Blue Nation, family, country, and town. The media don't cover us. Well, maybe Fox, cause MSNBC and CNN surely don't care about cops. Politicians more concerned about protecting the legal instead of laying the law down and protecting the people. Let me get off my soapbox before I curse. I don't seen way too many cops riding in hearse. Well, I wouldn't expect you to understand what I do, only the thin blue line, cause they baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. If I'm faced with a mission, I'm gonna complete it. If that means being deleted, I live with the credence. I do this for the combat vets and Leos. When I'm suited, ready to go, it's either friend or foe. Only Lord knows what my future's in store. I only kill with the hope to see more, so God don't close that door. If I take a life, it's him or me, with the hopes to survive, not bigotry. I go in situations that you cannot imagine, deal with things that you cannot fathom. No if buts or rather, I'd rather fight for a cause than live for nothing. So when you read my headstone, you know I died for something. You hypersensitive, she complain by justified force. You blame the cops first, that don't work, you blame the courts. But I wouldn't expect you to understand what I do, only the thin blue line, cause they baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior